Hello, my name is Brad Benson. I'd like to welcome you to Farron and our small little farm here. So late in October, we started to build this pole barn. We had the first level up and we were just sheeting the floor for the loft. Somehow I remember having a sheet of plywood in my hands, and after that I don't remember anything else.
I was in the house and getting ready to go out on a bike ride, and both the boys actually just ran in immediately, and Travis said, "Mom, come quick. Dad just fell on his head on the concrete. He's not breathing and I don't think he's alive."
So we were just sheeting up above, not on this ceiling, but on the floor up above. I guess where they found me was on this little piece of concrete that's a wash rack for our horses.
I kind of thought that when I went in there to tell my mom, I kind of thought that my dad, we didn't know if he was dead or what. It was definitely scary.
I saw out of the corner of my eye a little bit, and there was two other guys on here too. So we all jumped onto the lift and saw.
The boys told me, "He's not breathing, we think he's dead." I immediately got on the phone with a friend of ours who's actually in charge of the whole EMS system in our county, and he was kind of asking us questions, walking us through what to do. Just as we were getting ready to roll Brad over, he was just laying in a pool of blood, and he was on his side, but he was on his stomach, and rolled him over, and thankfully he slowly took his first faint breath, and then he continued shallow breathing from there.
A lot about this accident I don't remember. There's probably about 2.5 weeks in my life that I don't remember anything about. Life flighted up to Provo and had surgery and spent some time in the ICU there.
The normal procedure is for somebody to be ambulanced from here to the nearest hospital, which is in Price, which is 45 minutes away, and then to be life flighted from the hospital. Well, I was on the phone with our friend. His wife is the dispatcher for the sheriff's office here in the area, so they made a quick call to call the life flight direct to Farron. It landed about a half mile down the road at the fairgrounds. We left immediately to head up there, and I just knew that was the next thing that we needed to do, was try to get to the hospital as quick as we could. We left as they were loading Brad into the ambulance here at our house. The ride up there was the hardest part, I think, of this whole journey, the unknown. Everything's going through your mind, but is he alive? Is he not alive? And not being able to know or have any communication with the pilot or anybody on the flight. What are we arriving to when we get to the hospital, and what news are we gonna get? How am I gonna process that, and how am I going to help the boys through that? That's Brad's job, you know what I mean? He's the leader of our family, and to be able to navigate that without him was obviously going through my mind, and that was weighing heavy. But we arrived at the hospital. As we were pulling into the hospital, Brad's flight was literally landing, and so the timing of all that was really neat.
When the helicopter landed at the hospital, my wife had just pulled up, and the trauma team was right there on site to get me rushed into the hospital. Dr. Edwards ended up doing an emergency craniotomy on my skull because part of my skull had shattered and entered my brain and caused a massive bleed.
Why don't we tell them the story about the rabbit and then about the chickens?
Yeah, so my mom said I could have a rabbit if I built a rabbit pen. So I built a rabbit pen, I got a rabbit, and she said we're never gonna get chickens. But she said if I built a chicken coop, I can maybe have chickens. So I built this chicken coop, and then
I don't remember saying that. I remember I've always said we're never getting chickens. So the next thing, he's been pretty busy on a project for about a couple weeks, and he built this entire chicken coop, and he said, "Well, I built a chicken coop, can I go get some chickens?" And now how many chickens do you have?
Well, I started out with 6, and then 2 were eating eggs, so then I had 4. And I still have those 4, but then I got 27 chicks, and then my dog got into them, so now I have 19.
Prior to Brad's accident, the boys each had a horse, and we had our dog, and that was it. And I was very comfortable with that. Tucker really relates well to animals, and he struggled initially, right out of the gate with Brad's accident, and was trying to deal with it immediately. And kids respond differently. Travis kind of held it all in, dealt with it later on along the way. But one thing I noticed, Tucker's love for animals and his connection, I guess you could say. And so as you could tell, we have many animals, and I knew he would need projects along the way to keep his mind occupied and kind of as a distraction, and he really likes to build. He's very creative in his mind, and I was just trying to get him distracted and I guess maybe out of my hair a bit. So I told him, go build a rabbit cage, and after it's done, we'll talk about a rabbit. Built this amazing rabbit cage, and so then I had to hold up my end of the deal. The rabbit led to chicks, which led to chickens, which led to lambs, which led to bees, and I'm not sure how we got here from here, but it's helped him. And although I'm not a big fan of animals personally, he is, and that connection with them, I think, has helped him process everything. So it's been good.
So this is my horse named Chloe. She's 18.
Tell me again what TB stand for.
Tucker, Benson, and B's for B. Oh, this is my dog Rosie. Well, it's all of our dog, but I take care of her. We got her when she was a puppy. I think they might be in the barn. And so right now I have 2 kittens and 1 mom, which she's probably out on a hunt. I saw her when you guys were here, like the white one. Okay, so this is my rabbit. I built this rabbit cage for her. Rabbits have fur right there. That doesn't hurt them if you grab them right there. Good girl. She likes being pet behind the ears. She doesn't really like being held, but she likes being pet. Do you want to pet her?
Dude, the fact that you're 13 driving is crazy. and driving stick.
Tucker's pretty good at it too.
Yeah, I've driven this a lot.
We learned hauling hay off the field.
That's awesome.
So that one in the back, I'm stock showing in 2 weeks. And then this one with the mohawk down its back, we're butchering.
I'm not exactly the same, but I do have most of my life back.
I'm just thankful to have my husband back.
I'm just thankful for my wife standing by my side and taking care of me all this time and running me around to all kinds of endless doctor's appointments, and she's just stood strong and held the family together, and I'm just thankful for her.